Alrighty guys, today's video, since Dokkan is so dry, we're going to be ranking Dokkan original animations. Now, I've never really done a ranking video for a video. Like, I've done live streams where I've ranked, units based off of like top 10, top 15 or whatever. So I have 15 Dokkan originals for us to look at today. We're going to look at some, videos I've had in the past, which is a compilation of Dokkan original animations. We're going to get my thoughts on those. Of course, we're going to look at some newer ones on here as well. The conditions of being on this list are basically pretty thin. Like, I'm not including Bardock or Broly, but more so like units that could have done that attack in the show, in a scenario that actually existed, right? So I think it's about the conditions for this Dokkan original chart. Reason why like crossover characters are not going to be on here, but more so like actual characters that were fighting were next to somebody else that they could have performed something like this is the reason why they're on here. Yeah, let's go to get started. I guess there's no need to stall for this. This was a suggestion by one of my subscribers. I was like, you know what, that'd be pretty fun. I do a lot of list videos, so might as well go ahead and do something similar. Just as a whole, like, actual list. So we're gonna start off with future Gohans. I really do like future Gohan's his Dokkan original. I think, like, in my opinion, I think his Dokkan original was better than Vegito Blue's. I don't know. I just feel like Vegito Blue's might have been more hyped. I think the voice lines and all that stuff really like make this one land really well. Well, like we'll kind of talk about it here in a second. Like, okay, so we're done here, right? Let's go back a little bit. So we start with the, just charge up. It looks decent. The one hand Kamehameha, that frame looks really good. Dude, this is kind of awkward. That looks decent actually for the sprite animation. This is a really sick scene. Like, this is the part that went crazy, right? Because like if you're reacting to this for the first time, you don't know what's going on, and then you see like this, like that's crazy. And then of course them coming together, like this is a really cool scene right there. I do think there's some really good shots on this Dokkan original that makes it unique, and it has a lot of shock factor, right? Why is Piccolo here? I think there's a lot of areas where it looks smooth, and it's a really cool rendition of what we normally see with this one-handed Kamehameha for future Gohan. So if we're talking about listing it, right, I don't know if I'm going to put this high, right? I mean, I'm going to put it high, but not like one, sure, right? Like, just off of memory, we have, do I like Vegito and Gogeta's better? Yeah, I think I do. Do I like Vegito Blue's better? Probably so. G4's, of course. Absolutely not. No. Maybe. No. Maybe. I think to be safe, we'll start at like 7. Maybe 6. I'll go 7. I'll try to be as like right in the middle as I can. I don't think it's middle of the pack animation, but I have to look at some of these back and kind of get a remembrance of what these animations were for me to to properly rank this. But I think 7 is where I'm going to put this one at for now. We'll come back to it in a second though. Let's go ahead and look at the next one. All right, so we got Vegito Blue. Let's go ahead and watch this one through. I really do like this one was an 18 key, but you do lose the voiced animation part of it, which does take away a bit from the animation, in my opinion, which kind of gave Gohan some life. And that's pretty cool. Mention break. Oh, okay. Well, that did not even go all the way through. That's fine. So it's pretty quick. So let's go ahead and rewatch it again. I'm starting out full screen. I just want to go back and forth here. So let's go ahead and start. So again, the full charge up here, you have him rushing in, and then he circles around. Like, this is very smooth. Like, the expressions here are really nice, really smoothed out, and the Gallic Kamehameha here is really, really solid. And then you have him finishing it off, and the dimension breaks. So if you're going to ask me, hey, go ahead and rank this, do I think that this is better than Gohan's? Here's the thing, is once you watch Gohan's once, is there that same shock factor anymore? Right? Like, not that it's not good, right? But I think a lot of what gives Gohan value, in my opinion, is the fact that like Piccolo shows up and it's like the quote unquote dual father son Kamehameha, and it's really cool. And there's a voice line of him saying, "Don't act," of Goku talking to Gohan, like, "Stop being a pampered baby," right? The voice lines really do deliver there for me, and I do think Vegito Blue's animation is good, but it does lack at certain points. I think it's very smooth. I think expressions are nice. I think they've done a really good job of keeping everything to look amazing in Vegito Blue's animation, but outside of a few punches, he only does that one blast at the end, and I think it might have missed a little bit, but I don't think it's too far below. I don't think I'm gonna go too much there. I really don't even hate this, to be honest with you, but I think the only reason why I'm gonna put Future Gohan above Vegeta Blues for now is because it's voiced, and you get that crazy, that nice and funny exchange with the pampered baby Gohan with Goku, that you just don't get in an 18 key animation. So I think that's the reason why I got to put that at 7. All right, here we go to our next one, which is clearly Vegito Blue. We just saw the Vegito Special. Yeah, this is peak. Yeah, I mean, gosh, dude, like they cook so hard on this first quote unquote Dokkan original animation. I mean, come on, dude. It's quite incredible what they do here. Yeah, that's just peak, dude. I think I already know what I'm gonna do here. I think I already have my answer on what I want to do. I know for certain after rewatching that I'm doing this. I don't know if I'm gonna put Vegeta Blue over Gohan's Dokkan original. Do I want to do that? I just like, if you talk to me about Dokkan originals, I think more so of Vegeta Blue's original more than Gohan's. I don't think there's necessarily a gap between them. I think they're pretty much neck and neck in terms of this. I mean, but starting out with the Spirit Sword and the blades and the little like Ki Blast swirling around, and then Vegeta Blue doing the combo, and then it ends with the Spirit Sword shaped Ki Blast. Like, I think it's the most complete looking animation. It really draws out the creativity of the animation team to create something that looks that good. Now, again, do I think Gohan's voiced animation might help it more here? Yes, it makes it more immersive. Man, this is tough. That's tough, man. I'll only watch it again. I think if I watch it one more time, I might be convinced to put this over Gohan's. Let's see. Let's see one more time. All right, so starts off absolutely peak. That frame is awesome. Like, this part is so, the dual wielded spirit swords, man, it's crazy. And then with the key, like, there's so many good angles on this attack. I am such a glazer of this animation, but I don't care. It looks so good. Man. I'm gonna have to do it. I think I'm gonna do that. I just like it too much. Gosh, if that attack was voiced, oh my gosh, if that attack was voiced, that'd be crazy. But I just think that Vegito Blue accomplishes a lot what you're looking for in a Dokkan original: the creativity, the fluidity. I think Gohan's, again, relies a little too much on shock factor for me to be like, oh yeah, this is going to deliver every time. It's really just a very long one-handed Kamehameha animation. That eventually comes to that nice cool scene with Gohan and Piccolo, which does look sick, don't get me wrong, but I think it relies a lot on that first initial reaction to, why is Piccolo here? Oh my gosh, Goku's here too. This is the father-son Kamehameha recreation. But once you get past that nostalgia and shock factor, I do think that Vegeta Blue's overall attack just has more creativity and more things going on for me to put it above future Gohan. All right, let's go and move on to the next one, which is the other Vegito Blue animation. I'm letting you know right now, this is going to go below future Gohan, maybe even Vegeta Blue. We'll see. Yeah, that looks pretty good. It's a pretty cool scene right there. Yep. All right, we're definitely going to rewatch this one more time before I make a decision. I think the double rewatch has helped me a ton to get an idea of what I like. So we'll start the fusion. Fusion's basically the same as AGL Vegito Blue, except this part right here, new angles. Then you bring the Spirit Sword out immediately, and then you get this scene right here. Nice contrast of colors with the color lighting, or the highlights from basically him having the sword there. That scene's okay. This scene's also okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be real here. I think I've decided what I want to do here. I think I've decided, because I think my biggest issue here is there's too many awkward angles for me to like it. Second of all, it's competing with a Vegito Blue animation we've already had. As in, this is Vegito Blue's second Dokkan original, and it's competing with the one that I think is probably so far the best of the four. And I just don't think it delivers the same. I don't think it delivers the same near as Gohan or Vegito Blue as well, because I think there are some weird angles. Now, there's some very dynamic angles on Vegito Blue's as well, but I just think it's a lot of I don't know, it's like lackluster. Like, you go to Vegeta Blue's fusion, and then he like it looks like he's gonna shoot down the Spirit Sword, but it's like actually he's going into this shot of him pointing up the Spirit Sword, and then when he shoots the Spirit Sword down, you don't even see the opponent. It's just all of the smoke in the huge distance, and then he throws like some kind of Spirit Sword blade almost, and then it causes an explosion, and then you have this awkward KO screen as well. To me, I just think they needed either more quality or better angles for this to look better. I don't think it's a bad Dokkan original, don't get me wrong, but I do think that the other three on top of it just have more smooth and more dynamicism to them. So yeah, I'm gonna put him down there for now. All right, we're gonna skip this one. I don't have the free-to-play units on the list, which I probably should, because if you see on the tier list maker, which I'm gonna pull up right now, it doesn't have free-to-play units, and I could probably add them, but we're gonna skip free-to-play units for now, and we'll just stick with just the Dokkan Fest on this one. So, all right, let's go back. All right. So we got this one. I actually haven't seen this one in a long time, so oh wait, I just realized. Hold up, guys, hold up. I apologize. I realized I was on the tier list screen the entire time. All right. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks really good. Man, this looks a lot better than I remember it. I'm not even gonna lie. That looks really good, and it's an active, man. We're gonna rewatch that one again for sure. But that looks really good. This unit is pretty well animated altogether, though. But like the Kamehamehas are very smooth here, not anything awkward at all. And then the blue line transformation, which is a nice contrast. Super Saiyan 2. Like the lines, like it's everything's so smooth here. And then it comes out, travels, and then you have this scene with Goku and Gohan. This is a tough one for me, I think, because as much as I want to just sit here and be like, man, I think Gohan's is really good. I think he's like here, right? Like, I don't know. Like, so the first time I watched it, I liked it a lot more than I did the second time, because I guess for some reason I didn't realize that the moment Gohan went Super Saiyan 2, it's the final burst. There's not like an additional struggle or something like that before he does like another burst. He just goes Super Saiyan 2 and the Kamehameha ends it. So it's fairly short, and I think it almost, to me, at now watching it again, felt like I was expecting a little bit more from here. I don't think it's bad, but if we're comparing it to the others, you know, maybe I could argue putting it over the STR Blues. I wouldn't hate that. Gogeta Blues, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to put it over AGL Vegeta Blue or future Gohan for sure. Like the more I think about these two, though, it's just like I like how much more smooth the Tech Goku and Gohan one was, but it didn't feel much more different than like an 18 key animation, but it was just voiced. But if I look at Vegito's, I mean, Vegito's Blues definitely feels like an active skill, but that one, to me, it just feels like it's still under delivering at times. It doesn't have the smoothness as the Goku and Gohan one, but the Goku and Gohan lacks the dynamicism as what the STR Blues has. I don't think there's a world where I put Gogeta Blue under this unit, so I think we might keep it like this. if not like that. But I don't think this Gohan's gonna go further down. I think this Goku and Gohan's actually gonna anchor probably around 10, maybe. I don't hate this though. Like I don't think this is the worst thing in the world, but I'm just gonna put them down there for now. Okay, let's go to move on to the next one here. Ultimate Gohan. All right. So this is a unit super attack. It's going to probably be fairly lackluster and just in comparison to an 18 key or a, I mean, this is an 18 key animation, so I can't say that, but it's definitely going to be more lackluster than like per se an active skill. All right. Watching it once just for enjoyment. Let's go back now and try to enjoy it one more time. So starts with Gotenks coming in, the headbutt. I do like how Gotenks and Ultimate Gohan look into this attack. It looks much better than his actual 18 key animation. Gotenks comes in with a kick, and then they both line up their key blast, which looks really good. But I think this is an instance of explaining what I was saying earlier. Is I just don't think this Gohan's gonna move much further. This is by far the worst, and it's not close. I don't hate this. It's just like if you're telling me, right? Like right now, you tell me, I don't know, like you just like I don't know, like I just don't think this is gonna compare to something like this Gohan, right? Like I just don't think so. It feels like a normal yellow coin LR 18 key animation with Gotenks being there. That's what it looks like, and that's what it felt like, right? I just don't think it has enough dynamicism at all. I don't think the animation quality is that. I mean, it's good, but like, and this is gonna be the problem with all unit super attacks. Is in the end of the day, there's a certain point of it just being the attack with some extra sauce, right? Like just with an extra frame or two. So I understand that, and that's but. If you're comparing it to these other ones who have actually gotten a proper Dokkan original LR, attack, it looks much more quality than that. So let's get going here. Another unit super attack. I got Beast and Gohan, but I think this one's much more. This one's way better executed. Certain frames here with just the orange Piccolo coming in, it looks really cool. Then you have like his arms coming out just to help out Gohan. And it's still very well animated and pretty fluid. The special beam cannon, which also looks really sick. Man. And the KO screen, man. This is a tough one now. So now this is where I get into a debate. Yeah, this is where it gets tough because like when I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna go look at the tier list here. I'm for sure having Beast over Ultimate. Like probably that, right? I don't think I like it better than STR Vegito Blues. I do think I like it more than that Kamehameha, but it's really close. I don't think I need to see it a second time. I think I've got a pretty good feel of it. I really do enjoy the dual special beam cannon. It has a KO screen. Like the charge up starting frame is crazy. The kick frame is crazy. There's a lot of dynamicism. I do think the Gohan and Goku one is more smooth overall, but I do think the Beast one has more dynamicism throughout the attack that I think actually gives an advantage here. So that's my opinion there with that one. All right. Oh boy, everyone's favorite, FCR Evo. All right. I'm gonna tell you right now, even though that's all copied animations, I might still put this one over AGL Ultima Gohan. We'll see though. That looks good, right? I'm gonna have to watch this one again, which I really don't want to actually, but I just want to get a better understanding of how this one looks. The beginning scene's cool. The Russian's okay. This is all right. The UI transport pretty cool. And then the backhand from UI. I think UI and Evo are pretty well animated here. I feel like this gives me AG Ultimate Gohan vibes, which again, it's a unit super, so it makes sense. Man, as another one we got here shortly. So I think I have to do that. I gotta do that. I think I have to put AG Ultimate Gohan below that. Right? I don't think Evo's is much better. Really, I don't. In fact, I think Evo's might be worse the more I think about it. But I don't know. Like, I think the thing is like, at least there was scenes of like UI moving around, and there was Evo and Goku like powering up at the beginning and stuff like that. Versus Gotenks and Gohan just kind of like showing up and then doing like a headbutt and a kick, and then they both do like a hand key blast, right? Like, to me, that's just not super quality per se. So that's the reason why I think I gotta put Ultimate Gohan lower than that. I don't think I'm gonna put him too much lower than that. I mean, I don't think Ultimate Gohan's the worst one. Maybe it is. I mean, the ones we got left are some heavy hitters. Like, I don't think there's gonna be many of these that I'm gonna put below Gohan. Maybe the Gogeta 18 key for the tech, Golden Frieza and Gogeta card. That's the only one I might even consider, but I think the smoothness of that attack is probably going to beat out this, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and look at the next one here, which is AGL Pikkon. All right, this one's one of my favorites right here, because the fusion animation while Pikkon's attacking is so sick. Like, that's pretty simple. Then the little roundhouse kick, yeah. But then in the background, you got them fusing into Gogeta, like, then they're next to each other. Yeah, this is pretty sick. And then you got the Soul Punisher into that. I don't need to see this one twice. I don't need to see that one twice at all. I think I have an idea of what I want to do here, kind of. I say that. I mean, for sure, right? For sure that. For sure that. What I don't know. Gosh, I love the Gogeta fusion scene so much, though. But it is fairly standard the rest of the time. Like, I just love how smooth the Goku and Gohan animation is, though, right? Like, if you're comparing that to Pikkon's, like, the overall quality definitely goes to Goku and Gohan, like, hands down. There's no debating that. But the fusion animation in the background, and then like the colors go dark for a second with the gold, and then they come around and do the Soul Punisher. It's fairly quick otherwise. I really think the only reason why it even has competition is because there is fusion happening in the background of said attack. So I think Pikkon's gonna stay there for sure, better than Ultimate Gohan and Evo. Probably not the rest. Yeah, you know what? I think this is what I feel okay with him here. Yeah, I feel okay with him there. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one, which is not Frieza and Cooler. I should have included this one. But it's not on Dokkan Fest, so that's fine. Hurry up. This is another one. Man, Goku will have been fun on this list. All right, another unit super attack. I think kind of the same principle as Pikkon. Is there someone in the background of the attack? I already decided what I'm going to do here. It's just, I'll explain it to you here. So let's look. I'll just go through it again here. Right here, like, there's some cool scenes, right? Like that scene I just showed 2 seconds ago, the Goku and Vegeta powering up. That's pretty sick. Then you have pretty typical punches that look pretty good. You know, the kneecap and then the punch. Like, a lot of that's pretty fluid. Then it gets really weird with Goku. The Kamehameha is barely even in his hands. That's a weird angle. That looks pretty cool. I think it lacks a little bit of dynamicism, and I think it's lacking. It just feels a little awkward on the Goku side of things. Probably lower than Evo. So let's start moving some stuff here up. I would probably say like here is where I'd put that unit. I do think Evo's is still like somewhat lackluster, but I do think the Angel Vegetas is not necessarily like terrible either. I just think more so the fact that it just could have been simply better. All right, let's get into some of these heavy hitters we have here at the bottom. I just realized the 10th anniversary units are not on that list for some reason, so I'll have to pull that up in a second. I'll probably have a brief pause in the video, and you'll see it come back. Editor will make it look seamless, but yeah, I definitely forgot to grab those two. But let's go ahead and look at. I think we're gonna save Gogetas towards the end, since we know he's probably going to be one. Maybe we'll see. I know Gogeta's next. We're not watching Gogeta right away. Let's watch Tech DBS Gogetas, 18 key. All right, I got the run up, the knee, and then the Gallic gun. Very quick, very simple. We're gonna watch it again since it's very, very quick. If I could actually do this properly. Okay, I can't do this properly. Sorry guys, error. All right, here we go. So he's running up, and that looks good by the way. This all looks really smooth, high quality. There's not a lot of like frame blur, and the Gallic gun looks decent. But if we're gonna compare this to, you know, like I think we're probably talking. I think this is where I would put it, like right below Beast. I do think I love the smoothness of this attack, but DBS Gogeta actually looks in a new modern style. I do think he looks much better. The Gallic gun is simple. The knee up is not exciting, but I do think a lot of the stuff in Principality it's just much smoother. I think it's just more simply just that is it looks better. It looks more dynamic that way. And to me, I think that's an important thing to consider when we're talking about, you know, animation quality, when we're talking about, you know, what's the animation that's going to get this over the hurdle, right? I think a lot of that is what we got to consider here, because at the end of the day, Tech Goku and Gohan looks great, but it came out in 2022, and we're comparing it to a unit that came out in 2025 that has a 2025 budget versus a 2022 budget. I would hope the Golden Frieza and Gogeta card had an animation that looks better. I still think it's a lackluster animation just for the concept of it, especially as a Dokkan original, but I do think that it still looks smooth enough to be decent. I do think it falls under some of the older Dokkan original units, of course, that came out before it, but I still think it's a decent Dokkan original animation. All right, let's go ahead and look at the Gohan trio now. Thank you, Dokkan World, for all these beautiful end cards that are making this experience awesome. All right. All right, we watch it one more time. We'll just get a better feel for it. Well, I can hide these end screens? Oh, bad. So, and I'll mention something here in a second. I really do like this attack a lot. All right, and end screen's pretty cool here. All right, so there's a reason why I like this Dokkan original a lot. One, they could have easily just redid the Family Kamehameha all over again. What I like about this is they're not reaching into attacks that we already had. We've had a ton of reused animations this year alone. We've had the Father-Son Gallic gun redone, basically frame for frame. The Fusion Zamasu attack done, basically frame for frame. The fusion animations done, basically frame to frame on certain units. There's a lot of units in this game right now that have basically directly the same animation another unit has. And this unit could have done something similar to that. It didn't. In fact, it took a concept from another unit, the Family Kamehameha Gohan, the STR one, and included Trunks this time instead of Goku, and provided the same idea, but instead redid it in a take that it felt refreshing and new. And I think that's the way you got to approach it, right? If you start approaching concepts we already have with a fresh, different look, a fresh coat of paint, it starts to feel that way. So To me, yeah, I think I know what I'm doing here. I think to me, this attack is better than Vegito Blue. Vegito Blues is one thing that it's not lacking it's lacking creativity. It lacks in the department of it needed more. What I like about the Gohan, Goten, and Trunks one is it's very simple, but it has the cool 3-shot of when they're all attacking Broly normally, and then it has them doing the Kamehameha. It has a nice curve around with it as well. It's not just a straight shot Kamehameha. There's a lot of uniqueness and dynamic shots to this Dokkan original that allows it to set itself apart from some of these other ones we've seen today. And even though it's more simple and it doesn't have crazy frames, I think the idea and execution of said Dokkan original attack is the reason why I got to put it maybe higher than some people thought it would be. So yeah, I do really like it. I think it's a interesting take of something we have not seen before, but we only have 3 spots left. We're going to go ahead and open up YouTube one more time. We're going to pull up the Attack Vegito and AGL Gogeta. Editor might already have cut into it. If not, well, then welcome to the ride. We are here to just go ahead and just pull it up. We'll quickly do this. Again, editor, if you could do this, just skip to it. That'd be great. All right. Is it? How far is this? There it is. All right. That took a minute. All right. All right, guys. If we're cut here by the editor, we're back. Here we are. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's view Tech LR Super Vegito's Dokkan original attack. Oh, it's so peak, dude. It's so peak. Okay, brethren, let's chill out on these end cards. So peak. It's so good. It's so good. Give him the finger one. Convenient. Let's look at AGL Gogetas now. I'm really not trying to rush through these, but I already know what the order of these are gonna be. So I don't think it's gonna be that crazy for me once we get to this. I just would kind of want to view it for the video's sake, and then we'll kind of go from there. But yeah, let's go. The guitar solo here is crazy though. The OST for this attack is insane. But I'll explain here in a second why I have my rankings the way they do. Some people will be upset. It's just what it is. I mean, it's a ranking video. It's an opinionated video. Of course, people are going to disagree. But I mean, I really do like that they glitch out the screen here. I think it's pretty unique. It's something you just don't see normally. And I think they had very fresh takes on these two. I don't like AGL Gogeta's fusion animation was basically verbatim, just the exact same animation we've had for the Tech Gogeta. But let's go ahead and take a look at what I think about these two. And it's just simply, to me, the Tech Vegito, it's not one. The Tech Vegito animation just has more dynamic angles, the zigzag, the sword, than the finger wag at the end. I think that's more cool than just a spec passing by somebody as a KO screen. And then you also have, yes, the Soul Punisher, almost like Hakai, in his palm, and he presses it into the enemy. That looks really cool. The glitch out screen looks really cool. I do like the OST probably better for the AGL Gogeta. I don't know, it's pretty close. Both their OSTs are pretty good there too as well. But I think for me, the Super Vegito's Dokkan original just beats out AGL Gogeta's, not by much, but I do think it does beat it out, clearly leaving the one spot for, of course, the GOAT of the game, AGL Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Let's watch this cinematic masterpiece. Man, that's such a great animation. And well, okay, I'll just close out everything. And the great thing there too about this is it's not even just the fact that the animation is just on its own tier. I mean, they literally used everything they could on their budget to ensure that AGO Gogeta's budget looked that good. And another thing too is the OST is crazy. Probably my favorite OST out of this entire list by far. They went crazy on the Dragon Fist active skill OST. So for me, I really got to rank this one number one. I mean, animation quality for this unit as a whole was the best animated unit in the game by far, and it's not even close. Now the Tech DBS Broly can contest on certain areas, but I do think the Dragon Fist animation is just amazing. Paired to that awesome OST, it's really hard to beat it. But yeah, let me scroll through one more time for you guys to get an idea. AGL Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 is on number 1, Tech Vegito number 2, AGL Super Gogeta 3, the OG AGL Vegito, who kind of started this whole Dokkan original, quote unquote. Not really, but he kind of did. At 4, 5, Future Gohan, 6, Fizz Vegeta Blue, 7, Int Gohan, 8, STR Blues, 9, Beast, 10, Gogeta, 11, Goku and Gohan, 12, Pikkon, 13, Evo, 14, Angel Vegeta, and 15, AGL Ultimate Gohan. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you guys agree or disagree with this list? Do you guys, would you change it? And for the reason of it, of course, let me know in the comments below as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one.